I would need you to talk for me.
That was kind of passive aggressive, and I don't.
The queen of it.
I don't appreciate being spoken to like that.
I don't appreciate half the things you do.
Lies, lies, lies.
Because I didn't know how to come out and say that I was getting hurt and rejection hurt.
I like to go out with my friends, but I come home
Until like 2 a.m. or something like that.
What if I look at you and I'm like, that was nice.
I'm about to pack my bags and get the out of here.
You did that. I don't want to hear that.
I didn't do it. You did. I didn't do it.
Time has come for you to decide.
Do you want to stay married or get a divorce?
This is Married at First Sight.
Welcome, people, back to our Married at First Sight recaps. This is season 18. This is episode 14. This episode is entitled Lies, Lies, and More Lies. And it starts off 13 days from D-Day or Decision Day. I got a couple real quick questions that we can get into before we dive into the couples. But how are you doing?
I am great. I ain't complaining. We are here. How you doing?
I'm sweating right now because I can't get rid of this cold, but I'm here.
Yeah, it's crazy. I heard so many people say that they're sick and then it doesn't go away.
Right.
Like you, my sister, I was talking to her earlier. She was sick, felt better for like a week, then got sick again, and now she's down for the count. So make sure y'all are staying up on your vitamin C and your ginger and all your things to keep you.
That's the one thing that I can't do is the ginger.
It's the best thing for you too.
I know, but it's so harsh. If I can't get it in a smoothie, I can't. It's just like you be tasting that shit all fucking day.
Yes, you do. You definitely do. Well, at least if you can try to get it in a smoothie, or mix it up with something, blend it up with something, then you get it. You don't like ginger tea, like even if you put like lemon and stuff in it now, you can't do it.
It's still too harsh. It's still too harsh. The only way I can tolerate it is if it's in a smoothie, so I can mellow it down with the other fruits. But I can't do the ginger tea. I don't really like to choose none of that shit. But I know it's the best thing for you though.
Yeah. Well, get it in some other way, elderberry, emergency, some other kind of supplement to keep them immune systems up, people.
Right. All right. So my first question to you is, are you pro couples retreat or no?
Oh, I love it. I'm with all the shits because I'm definitely one of those individuals that's for the group setting. I ain't gonna say all the time, but for the good part of the time, I'm with that type of shit. Like I do like that. Every now and again, I might be like, nah, this group I ain't with this group, I ain't with that group. But in this type of situation, I'm definitely all for it. I want all that smooth.
I can't. I will say that I'm not pro. I'm not pro couples retreat. I guess I would do it, but it's not something that I would set out to do.
Okay.
But if it came about, then I would do it.
Why? Is it because it's like everybody is just sitting there kind of prying?
I don't care about the prize. Okay. I just don't care about their problems. Like if I'm if I'm in a good, if I'm in a couple and we in a good space, and then I can help you with your shit. But if I'm already dealing with my own shit, I really don't want to hear about your shit.
No, I definitely get that.
I really don't want y'all compounding on our shit.
Right.
Girl, he did the same thing to me. See, I'm not with all that. I'm not with all that. So my last question in this is, when Emem and Michelle drove together to the couples retreat, if we're not going to the couples retreat together, is that already a bad sign?
Yeah, that's facts. I
Because
would
it's just a
say
car ride. Like, what the fuck?
right, it's just a car ride. So it's letting you know that there is no coupling going on for you and I or for me.
Mm.
Um, they still seem to be in good spirits though, but I feel like they didn't really take full understanding of the bigger picture. And that is they shit is fucked up.
Right,
You're not riding with them. Michelle and David didn't even talk
right,
beforehand. So it's
right,
just like, yeah, it's not a good sign
right.
whatsoever.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, Miss Lady, where do you want to begin tonight?
Um, let's just get right into it. Let's just get right into the shits. I ain't even trying to do the most boringest first. Let's get right into the shits. Let's hop on David and Michelle, like right off the bat.
Man Bun and Michelle. I do want to say, and I have been. I don't know, man. Maybe I got a crush on Michelle right now. But I'm just saying, she
Okay.
at the afternoon, her little blue dress was
Her
rocking.
little blue dress was right.
Her little blue dress was rocking. I gotta give her props, man. I gotta give her props.
I said she looks very nice in that blue. So,
Yeah,
okay,
her
Michelle.
little blue dress was rocking, man.
Yes.
All right, so as we start off with Man Bun and Michelle, man, there's been a lot of tension from David's lies, and this whole episode is about finally getting down to the truth. So Michelle went and met up with Eminem to talk about David's lies, and she mentioned that she thinks it's Madison. So they had a whole conversation about narratives and jumping out the window and what they call, what is the word they use? Spiraling.
Spiraling.
What they call spiraling. Um so would you think about their conversation?
I think it was very like I think that conversation, that interaction between them two was very like womanly, down to earth, like real shit. Like I even said, like this is a type of conversation that me and one of my friends would have.
Right.
Like, girl, let me tell you X, Y, and Z, and I'm spiraling. Like I've used that word before. Like I'm spiraling right now. I don't know X, Y, and Z. And then you have that friend that's kind of like a sounding board that you're bouncing off of, trying to keep you in a good frame of mind when you're spiraling type thing. So I really think that their conversation was very down to earth and very woman-like.
Where does
It's
that
weird because I don't see them two actually being in this space, but they are.
Right. But where does the whole spiraling part come from? Like, does it just come from the unknown,
Yeah.
or does it come from just you in your own head creating shit?
Well, I think it can be a little bit of both, honestly, because not knowing is definitely going to send you down a spiral because it's like that's making you tap more into the brain that's already going crazy.
But why?
Well, because it's like
You need something to do.
no, it's not that. It's not that because I mean I have been in those spaces and a bitch got plenty to do.
Right.
But I just feel like sometimes, you know, for me, it's like you playing with me. Like it be that. Like you playing. I know you playing. You're not giving me all the full fakes. Now I'm on a mission to try to figure shit out myself because you are not telling me X, Y, and Z. So I'm trying to line it up. I'm trying to do so. It's just it could be for different reasons for different individuals. And I think for Madison it's more of the unknown.
I mean Michelle.
I mean, my fault. Yeah, Michelle. It's more the unknown for her.
As we see, these M's are gonna be.
I know.
All right, so I have a new name for David and Michelle's place of where they're supposed to live. And this is what I want to call it. Liar Square.
Yeah, because that's definitely what it is.
So I call their place Liar Square, and David asked Michelle to because she she one of them people that go to sleep early, so and he works late, so he asked her to wait up for her, and he was finally going to come clean and give her all the truth about his lies and everything. So David finally comes clean and he owns up to saying that the text was indeed for another girl that we had all already knew, or you should have. If you believe that lie, then you're just a dumbass. So he throws out a name and he says, it was Tiffany, a girl I know named Tiffany. Does that name not sound like a lie?
That name is straight a lie. As soon as he said it, he was like, "We have been texting. We've been texting for a week, sir." That would have infuriated me even more. I'm going to be honest.
Right. So and that's was a part of the conversation where this was supposed to be an apology. This was supposed to be you coming clean and you confessing to whatever is going on. And then he kind of got frustrated or upset and was like, well, if you don't believe me, then that's on you. How you feel when somebody says that to you when they're in the wrong?
Yeah, that's just to me, that's another deflection. That's letting me know that here it is your apology, your explanation, your reasoning, your whatever was not sincere. It was just to kind of make nice, okay, because either you're caught, it was brought to the attention, it was brought to the forefront, whatever the case may be, and now you're coming up with something to just say, I'm not buying it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not vibing with it. I'm not easy to accept it. And then it's just like, all right, well, whatever. That's on you. If you don't accept it, then oh well. I don't know what more can I do. This, that, and the third. But you did X, Y, and Z. Then as we see, David started shifting blame onto Michelle, and then kind of just made things a little fuzzier.
Right. All right. So I'll let see where you go with this question. Is the action of what he did more disrespectful than the actual lie of what he did?
Nah, for me, it is the lie, 100%. We can get past certain things. People do different things for different reasons, right? I can't say, oh, I would expect you to not do, text another girl or be interested in another girl or be feeling, sexual feelings for another girl or whatever the case may be. I be really like basing situations and either partnerships or whatever the case may be on how you command with me, like how you respect me enough to be like, damn, Ish, I put myself in this situation. Let me tell you what it really is. I was texting this, I liked her. I was attracted to her, whatever the case may be. The lie hurts worse.
Okay. Is there any validation in David's feelings, being as though he was like, you were rejecting me, you weren't giving me any attention? Does your partner's lack excuse your behaviors?
I think that's a slippery slope. I don't think that it is ever a fully excusable action, right? But what I will say is if you have brought it to the attention of your partner, you've talked with your partner and you've told them like, hey, listen, this is what we're lacking. This is what the issues are. Here's how I'm feeling. And this ain't that. And it happens, then it's like, we've discussed this. I told you so, X, Y, and Z. No, it's not excusable, but how can you not understand the state of your situation? if it's been told to you repeatedly.
Repeatedly.
And you know that it's something lacking there. And you just choose not to either change, acknowledge, try, compromise, or whatever the case may be. You just like, oh, well, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Or fuck it. It is what it is. I am who I am. Then, you know, you can kind of understand the validity of someone who might decide to move like that. For David, I understand his feelings. He has valid points. Did he fully make it clear to her how he was feeling?
Right.
I'm not so sure that he was clear on that.
He wasn't.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, she didn't understand exactly how it was affecting you, or that it would come to the point that, hey, listen, I want to step out because this just ain't moving for you. You don't really want to be bothered. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get through this little show here, but I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like, you know, I don't know. David he's inexcused right now, in my opinion.
All right, so Michelle did do the thing that women normally do when placed in these positions. I don't really want to have to go here, but I have to go here. I have to go here. All right. So, when placed in these positions and you're telling the person, this is not something that I really wanted to do. It was just something that, you know, I may have backed myself into. And she's saying, well, if you thought it was over, then you should just quit. You want to be with Tiffany? Go be with Tiffany. And that's the thing that women do. If you want to be with Tiffany, go be with Tiffany. And they'll be like, I never wanted to be with Tiffany, though.
I never wanted to be with Tiffany, but because of X, Y, and Z, this is why Tiffany is even in the picture.
Right.
Yes, I get that. I just think for some people, they don't realize the severity of what's lacking. You know, they may hear it, they may see it, they may feel it, they may know it, but they never understand the severity of it until they are placed in those positions. And then it's like, oh, well, that's where you wanted to be, then that's where you should be.
Right.
Because that's the easiest thing to say. That's the easiest thing to go to. That's the first line. Well, that's where you should be. Go ahead on. And I think that's a defense mechanism.
Facts. All right. So nothing really got cleared up, but I guess he told his truth or some of it. And since they couldn't, it's kind of a thing where it's like, he's getting mad that she don't believe him, and she's like, "How can I believe you if you're a liar?" So there's no meeting in the middle because I don't believe you because you lied already. So how do I know that you're telling the truth now? And it's like, I'm trying to tell you the truth, but you're not believing me. So they both get mad. He's saying I'm gonna just go to the gym, which AKA means go beat up Madison. But and then she packed her shit and she was out. But it's still like a point that she made in there was, I normally go home and then he just be here and he'll be out till whatever time or whatever. So if we're supposed to be living together and supposed to be trying to find our, you know, our rhythm and our conversation and our quality of time and all of these things, if you go home all the time, Michelle, how does this work?
Right. It doesn't. And by her saying these things, I don't think she processes it in her head, but maybe when she hears them back and she watches it back, and she is probably gonna be like, oh damn, yeah, that does sound crazy, because I wasn't giving it a full opportunity. She's saying, I'm still here and I made changes and I made subtle changes, but did you really? Like, yeah, you might have made little itty bitty changes, but you didn't make enough change for him to see and to feel. and to not feel like he needs to go elsewhere or do whatever.
All right, so if this is in fact David and Madison meeting up with each other, would you view that as a trauma bond?
What trauma?
The trauma of David feeling rejected and not getting any attention. They don't even have like regular communication, regular phone calls. There's been no touching, no kissing, no nothing. And Madison, her trauma is Alan called her a hoe and said she was transparent. Transactional, and she's not attracted to him. So those are the traumas.
I mean, Alan's only calling a spade a spade. I mean, you do whole shit, you get whole shit. No, but seriously. Yeah, definitely. I think that would be something that they would connect on. So if they seen each other in the gym, as we saw like in the beginning episodes when they met up in the gym, they kind of traded stories about what was happening in the new marriage and getting to know each other, what was not the best, and trying to give each other advice, etc. Like that's how it starts off. Those type of things you bond with people on, like, you know what I mean, and it just can grow from there. So yeah, I would agree. I would definitely say that would be a trauma bond.
All right. So do you think Michelle is really mad, or is she just being nosy?
No, I think she is. I think she is genuinely upset or even hurt, regardless to her feelings about him. Let's just say, but even in her feeling like he's not this and he's not that, she didn't step out of it. No. And so I think that's her biggest gripe. Like that's a trigger for her. That's her biggest gripe. So I think that she is genuinely hurt by it. Whether she wants to be with him or not, it still hurt her.
Okay. So as we reach the couples therapy or couples retreat part of it, and they arrive first, and then David arrives. Well, was David there first? Well, one of them, they didn't arrive at the same time. Either way, David comes in. Yeah, David came after. So David came in and he starts hugging everybody. Did you see how Michelle watched how David hugged Madison?
Thanks. She had a little, hey, listen. And I don't know if you've been realizing, but Madison's fucking energy during like conversations about fucking David and Michelle has just been very off. Like it's been very telling. And I've been peeping it. So she was excited to see him though.
Thanks. That's a fact. That's a fact. All right. So finally, we start to have some conversations around the table. And, how did you feel about David's apology at the table?
I just think anything that he says out of his mouth right now is just bullshit. It's just, I got caught. I gotta fess up. Let me just make some shit up. Let me just say some shit and if she don't like it, oh well, because now it's her fault. Like, David, shut the fuck up.
All right, so they're having a conversation, at the dinner table. All the couples are there, and David's trying to apologize or whatever, and it's going nowhere. And he tries to shut the conversation down. And Alan wasn't being like genuine. It wasn't like he was like trying to pry or trying to be disrespectful or trying to stay in the space of negativity. He just was like trying to lend a hand. And David was still like, just shut up, Alan. just shut up, Alan. But that wasn't the telltale part. The telltale part was that when David got upset, Madison got upset.
Whole facts.
Why
She was like,
you
yeah.
getting upset, Shorty? Nobody even said nothing to you.
Yeah, first of all, I don't know how other women operate, but let me just say this. Ain't nobody, I'm sorry. This is just how I am. Somebody coming for you, they coming for me. They gunning for me. So you can't tell my husband, Alan, just shut up.
Right.
I'm sorry. You can't. Wait a minute. Hold up, David. Alan's trying to speak his piece. Let him finish because he's just trying to make, like, you know what I mean? You can't come from. She was like, yeah, just like she straight hopped on David's
Co-signed
side.
David.
She co-signed David with her husband.
Right.
Said a lot. It said a lot.
Yeah, I was like, why are you so mad, Madison? So Madison gets up and storms off, but nobody even said anything to her. Nobody was bothering her. She just was like, I'm out. Y'all, she was like, y'all going somewhere that I don't want to go. Nobody asked you to go anywhere. Nobody even said anything about you.
And I was so lost because where the fuck was they really trying to go?
Right.
Okay. Michelle did bring it up and she wanted it to be voiced at the table. Okay, cool. He said his piece. She said her piece. Alan tried to wrap it up. That was it. Like, what did she get so mad for that she needed to storm off to say, I'm about to pack my shit?
That's a fact. So we are at this impasse of David and his lies about the sex message and Michelle teetering on if she wants to question Madison. She believes that it is Madison, and we'll touch on that a little bit more later. But do you have any other questions about David and Michelle, or thoughts and comments?
No, I just think that this here is just a classic example of why it's important for people to really communicate their true feelings. I think a lot of times, and what we've seen here is that, yeah, it's like, oh, I'm being honest. Oh, I'm gonna keep it real, or I'm gonna tell you what needs to be said, and that's not truly the case. So when David's, in his defense, sure, he was being a little honest and a little forthcoming, but he also glazed over a lot of shit and pussyfooted around some shit and maybe told some half truths like, you keeping it honest with me is okay, when it in fact wasn't. I think he did a disservice to himself, and now he's finding himself at this impasse where he is right now at this point. And it's clusterfuck because if he was just super honest and like, yo, I appreciate your honesty, but I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. Like, I don't see us going nowhere with this. So why are we even here? Let's just chop and cut the shit. I think people need to start truly communicating
It's a fact.
their feelings, their thoughts. It could save a lot of fucking trouble in the end of shit.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So I want to, second, or I want to be like Madison and co-sign you. I want to second or co-sign, what you're saying about communication, because that is indeed what happened here. There was a lack of communication. There was the lying part where she said, 1 minute you said you love my honesty, and now that I'm being honest, you hate it because it's on you. Because now that the mirror is on you about your honesty, now you hate that I'm being honest.
Thanks.
So you have to be transparent. And when you speak certain things, you got to stand on that shit. When you speak certain things, you got to stand on that shit. And the communication part of it would have been for David to just say, you know what, Michelle, you're not giving me any attention. You're not giving me any affection. It feels like you're disengaged. What are we gonna do?
Thanks.
Like, what are we gonna do? Because I'm not feeling good in this space.
Right.
So what are we gonna do?
And that's all it takes. And that's a hard conversation to have.
Right.
And it's a hard thing for some people to do because maybe they don't want to get what's coming on the receiving end, and that's why they don't want to say it, or they feel like if they say it, that will be the determining factor for the other side.
But in most times that is, and that's why people don't say it. But
Right.
in order to avoid all of this mud that's going on right now, it just is what it is.
Yeah, facts. And I think it's just easier.
Hmm.
Like I like that type shit. Just fucking cut through.
Okay.
Be cut through.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next train wreck, aka Eminem and Ike Raw, aka Eminem and Ike so appalled Raw, man. So we left off with there's still no communication. Ike went on the family trip, the homecoming trip, whatever it may be, to go see my old chick kind of trip. I don't fucking know, but he went on a trip. He went on a trip. So they come back and they have the meeting with Dr. Pia, and she's like, I haven't seen him, I haven't heard from him, whatever it may be. And Ike came in and he gave Dr. Pia a big hug. He was like, hey, how you doing? And then he just sat down. Any problems?
He sat down and he looked straight the fucking head.
All right. Any problems there?
Yeah. He did not agree his wife. He ain't acknowledge her. He ain't look over. He might have glanced her way. Maybe. I don't even think he did that. But yes, sir. What?
And like I always say, body language is always telling. So you hugging basically a stranger over your wife and not even saying what's up is telling. It's all telling. Yeah. It's all telling people. So they asked him, you know, why haven't you been communicating? What's going on? And he said, I was busy. We good?
Mm-hmm. This another one. And he calls her passive aggressive.
We didn't get there yet. We didn't get there yet. If I say I didn't communicate with you for the whole weekend, and since I've been back, can I just say I was busy?
No. And then when, let's just say, M would say, well, busy doing what? Right. Like, busy. Don't question me. Like, then it goes into this, and it's just like, how do you possibly feel like these type of answers are acceptable?
Right. So Dr. Pia is like, you know, are you too busy that your phone didn't work? You know, what was going on? So that's when he starts to get into his duffel bag. And he says, you know, I took this weekend for a break. I needed to find my safety, you know, secure space. I just wanted a break. I didn't want to communicate. He said there's no progression in their conversations. He said every time I'm trying to move forward, she keeps on saying, well, let's talk about what happened. Is this fair? Are these fair feelings for him to have?
We all can feel what we need to feel. Let me just say that. For Ike, he can feel what he needs to feel for himself. I don't feel like it's fair that because he doesn't want to discuss certain things, that it leaves her no resolve. It's like, I don't care if you want to talk about that. I don't care if you need to talk about that. I don't care if you need resolve to certain shit that I've done. I don't care. I don't want to talk about it. And because you keep pushing me to talk about it, I'm going to punish you even more for that. No, I just really don't feel like it's fair to impose upon her. But sure, if we want to say that he is right in his space to his feelings and maybe how she made him feel during certain times or saying certain things or whatever the case may be, sure, he can have his gripes and he's fair in that. Yeah. But not that other bullshit.
I can't. All right. So as he goes into, his safety bag, because she's obviously been threatening his life and all kinds of shit. So
Yeah.
he went into his safety bag and she was like, you could see, and she was like, I'm lost in, she was kind of lost and confused. And she was like, I didn't have any clue about, how you're feeling or where you were or whatever was going on. And he said, you never have a clue. Can I say that?
No. Am I psychic? What am I psychic? Why am I even giving you passes and not passes, but why am I even being so soft with you? You're a grown man. You are a top tier communicator, according to you. Look at this.
Yeah, okay.
A top tier communicator, according to you. You work with children.
Right.
You are supposed to be an adult, and here it's like pulling candy from a baby. Like, I can't even get you to tell me what's going on. What do you mean you need a break? You don't communicate with me on the regular. So what do you need a break from?
Right.
You don't stay with me. You don't call me, you don't text me, you don't talk to me, but yet you need a few days to disengage.
Right. All right. So he starts imploding on her, and she started feeling attacked, which was rightfully so, because he was like going off. She just asked a basic question, and she said, you're being passive aggressive right now, and I don't like how you're making me feel. And then he said, you're the queen of passive aggressiveness. I said, this nigga is putting on a clinic right now. He deserves a fucking Oscar.
Yeah, this is facts. This is facts. Because what, sir?
My man said, you're the queen.
Reactive behaviors. So if you have a person that behaves like Ike, right? And then you have somebody who is being reactive and their behaviors come across a certain way or come out a certain way. Yeah, sure. There may have been times where she was passive aggressive, but that's not what she led with.
Right.
She didn't lead with passive aggressiveness or just that condescending behavior, etc. that he does. So it's just like, what is your purpose and your point in pulling this out at this point in time? Because it didn't even make any sense to try to fucking speak to me that way in front of Dr. Pia. Like, what's happening?
Sure then. So Dr. Pia, recognized that this is now a toxic situation. And she was like, I thought, everything was all good. We were going to move back in together. We were going to do X, Y, and Z. And like I've been saying, there's no room for, or this is her words, Dr. P. She said, there's no room for repair or fixing anything if y'all don't want to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't communicate, how are we going to fix this thing? And then Ike pulled out his machete. And then Ike pulled out his machete and he said, I don't have a want or a desire to fix this. This shit is like a broken car. You can try and start it up. You can do whatever you want. It's just going to break down again. And then him went and cried in the bathroom. So, after she cried and Dr. Pierre was asking Ike Raw what just happened, and he was like, she had an emotional breakdown. And she came back and she gathered herself. And she took the weight. She gathered herself and she took the weight, and she said, this experience has taught me to learn a lot about myself. It showed me how my actions land on people. And she basically apologized to him. And like I was saying, she took the weight. And still, he was Elsa ice cold. He was Elsa ice cold. So Dr. Pia asked, "Do you want to continue?" And then she said, "Yes, I would still like to continue. This is my husband. I want to still work through." And he was basically saying, I'm trying to put my pride down in order to make that an option. What did you think about that exchange?
It's shit. Okay. No, but I mean, I felt like maybe I was a little super triggered during this exchange. Just this whole scene, his whole demeanor. I've dealt with people like similar to Ike.
Right.
And for me, it's really difficult to be in a space with someone who just constantly feels like they're the ones who are on the the shortest end of the stick.
They're being attacked.
Right. And it's like every single thing. He's just always on the defense. So no matter what he says, even if he has some valid points, you can't see past the bullshit.
Right.
So even that whole I'm trying to put one down to master the other or try to give space or give way to the other thing, meaning his ego and then allowing him to move forward, it still was bullshit. You already know what it is that you want to do and how you want to move forward. Stop with the nonsense because I felt like he wasn't even clear, even though he did say, I don't feel like I can move forward. When Dr. Pia offered that, he didn't say, but
Right.
my ego has won.
Right.
Or he didn't say, but I choose, I am completely done with it, right?
Right.
And he kind of said some things, but he still left it kind of open-ended in certain questions.
Right.
And I just feel like, what was the purpose of that?
The purpose of that was I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want people to look at me like I'm the bad guy. The purpose of that was I want to say that I'm done, but I want y'all to view it as I'm done because she's attacking me.
Right. And he didn't.
And I don't feel safe. And I don't feel safe. and I don't feel safe.
I was so glad she didn't give him that this episode.
So after all of that in that shit show, and after him saying, I'm done with this, he was like, you want to go play video games? You want to play again? What was her reaction?
Yes.
So giddy.
Like a little puppy dog. Yes.
So giddy. I'll take anything you offer right now.
And I would have been like, you know what? No thanks. I'm kind of tired. This meeting that we had was a lot.
Right.
And I need to digest. I'm good. I'm gonna take it home.
So she had a big smile and she said yes. And then they basically was holding arms to the arcade. And supposedly, they had a good time at the arcade. Supposedly they had a good time at the arcade. And she was basically saying, and this is another trigger warning for women. And this is what I would like to say to women. A lot of times, whether us as men or whether you allow it as women, it's just the endurance of punishment. That endurance of punishment, that her saying he's hurting and her feeling like I want to help him and her feeling like I'll just take the brunt of this. That part of women taking that enduring that punishment, I don't even know if women see themselves doing it.
They do. They do. We do. We definitely do. Um, I think it's because we have that motherly, nurturing type um, genetic makeup that it is always so present. So even when a person doesn't deserve it, we're definitely always going to have that um, nurturing behavior in the forefront. Um, so I feel like for M, she thinks she's been thinking about maybe and replaying some situations where maybe she can take the weight.
Right.
And then she's seeing that, and then she's like, okay, I'll just take all the weight because maybe what I did was that domino effect. So
Right.
I think most of the time in the minds of women is, we replay things and we think through things and we see where maybe possibly some of our actions could actually have been the beginning or the start of that snowball or that domino effect or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, you know what? For the sake of making shit cool or
Right.
making shit even, I'll take the weight of it. The problem with that is that fucking weight is heavy.
Facts.
That fucking weight is heavy. Okay? You talking about Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like that weight is heavy. You're gonna be walking around here with all of that shit, and half of it ain't even your shit. You know what I mean? Because you're taking his weight. You're taking shit that should sometimes be their accountability. I don't know if that's ever going to change though, because I just think it is who we
Yeah, I
are
just
from
think it's in
nature.
it's yeah it's just in women's nature. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure that they are recognizing it. Like it's one thing for something to be in your nature or to be a part of you, but if you don't see it and you keep doing it, your back is gonna break.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you know what? I think sometimes, honestly, in my opinion, M would rather be looked at that way
Right,
than to be looked at the aggressive black woman.
right,
Like, I'm sure she sees it. I'm sure probably watching a replay of that shit, she's feeling it. Like, yo, I'm taking this weight.
right,
It ain't even my weight to take or whatever the case may be, but I kept it together and I
right.
and I went out a certain way. Like it be the battle too within ourselves, like how we want to be perceived as well. Because I think if we didn't really give a fuck, we always be the pop off.
Right, right.
Not all of us.
I can't. All right, so in the meeting with Michelle, she acknowledges that he said he was done, but she said, "I don't believe he's done. I want to see this through." Is that denial or is that hope and faith?
That is the Lulu.
The land of the Lulu.
That is the Lulu. Like that hurt my heart right there because it's like, come on, you gotta see this. This is the Lulu at this point.
Facts. Facts. All right, so Ike saw Paul Raw. He is the last one to arrive to the couples retreat. And you can see him get out of the car with his little folder. And he doesn't have his bags to stay. And Alan's trying to offer him some food. And he's like, back up. I just want to holler at you real quick. Can I get a moment of your time? And he pulls her to the side and he says, you know what? I think I'm done with this. And can you just sign these divorce papers or paper?
I holler. I holler. I holler. Okay, because what, sir? You can't even come to me correct. You come to me with one sheet of paper. You can And then you want me to just sign that one sheet of paper that's not a complete document, that doesn't have a signature page for the both of us to sign, nothing. But you still pushing this, oh, it's a formality, sign it, please. Like this is a joke. And I would have just bust out laughing. I would have like, sir, if you don't get this shit out my face.
She's like, I mean, he's like, just sign the paper. And she's like, there is nowhere for me to sign. He's like, just sign it anywhere. I don't give a fuck. So she was like, no, I'm not signing that. She was like, I'll give you a divorce, but I'm not signing that. And he left. And the whole time I was just like, so you drove all the way to the couple's retreat just to put on this performance.
Correct. Because I think, and as she then stated, he wanted me to be reactive. He wanted another reason to say, see,
right.
See. And I'm glad she kept her composure. I'm glad that she didn't, like, you know, cry or spiral or spaz. And she kept her composure and she kept it the fuck together, because I'd have flung that folder and say, boy, if you don't beat it.
Right. So that is in fact what we call cruel intentions. He had cruel intentions doing that whole charade of a show. He was at the after party, and once again, shout out to Big Rudy. Shout out to Big Rudy for calling him out. And they said, you know what, Ike Raw, you're giving mixed messages. In 1 minute, you're saying, this is over, I don't want anything to do with this. And then the next minute, you're saying, let's go play video games. And then he said, yo, I told her it's over. I was just being nice and friendly. It's on her if she ain't fucking listening. How do you feel?
I think sometimes men who study women and understand women, they know that those type of things you just can't do.
Right.
Right? Because women, we lead with our emotions. And he clearly knows that she wants to continue to work on this marriage. He clearly knows that she cares for him and she, you know, she wants to be in the space with him. Why even do that? Why say, oh, I'm gonna just say it and it's on her, it's her fault if she bite the bait? Why even do it? You don't want to be bothered with her. You don't want to be married to her. You can't even be her friend at this point. It just needs to be a break. Don't do something and then say, oh, well, it's on her. That's not fair. I don't think that's fair. And people do that shit a lot. And I just feel like, that is such an unfair premise to lay at somebody's feet, especially a person who is struggling and straddling the fence with how they feel about you and in the space that they want to be in with you. That is so unfair. But I think that's another form of manipulation, in my opinion, because then he could say, well, I told you so.
All right, I have a breakdown of what this shit is that Ike is doing. But before I give it, do you have any last questions or comments about Ike and him?
No, I think, you know, we pretty much covered everything.
Okay. All right, so I'll say this, and if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you don't. So Ike is a certain type of individual, and this is how the breakdown of it goes. When he says, I want you to just be, that means he wants you to be quiet. Yes, that means he wants you to sit there and just shut the fuck up. And that doesn't mean, you know, of course, speak when necessary. But when she speaks and when she questions everything, that's when he's going to get uncomfortable because he's not a communicator. So he's automatically going to get defensive because he's feeling challenged. In his brain, Anytime you ask me a question, you're challenging me. So it's a mental mind fuck that he's trying to do to her. And I call this like a C or D level communicator. So it's like you ask them a question and then they respond in like one word answers or whatever because they're trying to limit the space. They're trying to limit the space. Anytime you try to go deeper, then they feel like you're trying to be invasive. You're disrupting my space. I don't feel safe here. It's like whoa. Wait a minute. And I basically call this like dyslexia for grown-ups. That's what I call it. I call it dyslexia for grown-ups. I call this shit that he's doing dyslexia for grown-ups. And that's basically he doesn't know how to communicate, so he doesn't want to communicate. And anytime you challenge him to communicate, he's going to buck up.
Right. Yeah, I would agree.
And that's what's happening here. So if you're not a person who can just sit there and shut up and not say a word unless he deems the word that you say good enough or without question, then you can't talk to them. You can't even have I'm just saying, you can't even have like a regular ABCD conversation because at any point you could be like, yo, you want to go to the movies? And then he'd be like, yeah. And then he'd be like, what time? He'd be like, I said yeah. Like what?
Right. Like you can't have any rebuttals.
Right. All right, let's move on. Where you want to go next?
Let's keep the shit train just rolling through the station.
Solid.
Solo Maddie and Alan.
Solo Maddie and Alan. Solo Maddie and Alan. All right. I have a new name for them as well, too. Or their place of residence. Back on Horror Island. Back on Horror Island, Solo Maddie comes creeping back in the crib at 4 a.m. Alan is on the couch, called himself waiting up for her, but he don't got it, so he done fell asleep. It was 4 a.m. Most people ain't even gonna be able to hang. Me, I can hang. I'll be watching TV while you walk your ass in here at 4 a.m.
Right. You ain't got to tiptoe because I'm gonna see your ass when you walk in.
Fact. So she creeps in the crib, sneaks past him, and just goes on about her business and goes to bed and leaves him there on the couch. It ain't even like I'm gonna tap you, I'm home, come join me in the bed. None of that shit is going on. I'ma just creep past you. I don't want you to see what time I came in. I don't want you to hear what time I came in. And I'm gonna just act like I've been here. So he's saying, this has become a pattern of hers. She's been going out more and more and staying out later and later. And this is another trigger warning. So there's one thing to be like, Eesh, got some shit going on. I need to release some stress. One night I just want to go hang out with our friends. This is one night. One night I might go out and stay out late. Now, what she's doing is she's staying out till 4 a.m. like 3 times out of the week. Yeah, so this ain't no once in a blue, I just need to get out kind of shit. This is I don't want to be here with you, nigga.
Mm-hmm. That's whole fact.
Right.
Don't even want to be around them.
This is I don't want to be here with you, nigga. And this was another telling point. As the next morning, she said I was going to go get tacos. And who likes late night tacos? Man, but himself loves himself a late night taco.
Yes, he loves it.
Man, but himself loves a late night taco. So now Alan is finally realizing that she'd rather be out than at home spending time with him. Now, she blames this shit on disagreements. She'd be like, anytime I feel some kind of way, anytime we disagree, I'm out.
I'm out. Pew.
Are you in agreement of that kind of behavior?
Mm-mm. Nope. Cause that's to me, those type of excuses, it's more to it. It's always something more underlying because don't no disagreement be that bad where you gotta be out multiple times, where you gotta leave every time, and then you're gone for hours because you just need to diffuse or you just need to talk to girlfriends or whatever the case may be. Like there is she out getting them cheeks collapsed.
I can't.
That's excuses. That's it. Excuses that she's making. No, I don't condone that behavior or
All
doing
right.
that.
All right. So, Dr. Pia is explaining to Solo Maddie, you don't have to leave every time. You could stay in that room. He could stay in this room, whatever it may be. You don't have to actually leave. And she's like thinking in her brain, like, this is new to me. I haven't been in a relationship in such a long time. I hate when people act like shit is new, like we just fucking woke up yesterday. That shit bothers me.
Give it.
that shit really fucking bothers me. But my question is, she said it don't matter. It don't really matter what time I came home. What's the problem? I came home.
Mm-hmm.
We
Part
good?
of
We
my
rocking?
lifestyle.
Yeah,
Part of
we
my
rocking?
lifestyle. It just is what it is. No, no, it's not acceptable. It doesn't matter if you just come home. It is the effort that you're putting forth with your spouse. Period. You are not putting much effort if you call yourself going out 3 times a week and you're out till 4 o'clock in the night. Like, no, it's not acceptable. And for her to just say it so willy dilly, like, well, what's the problem? I'm safe. I came home. Not cool.
All right, so the problem actually is Solo Maddie that you're doing this too frequently. And like Ish was saying, it just seems like you're looking for an excuse or a reason to smut it up.
Pretty much. I mean, and even though we don't know that for certain,
Right.
the all signs lead
To you
to that.
smut it up.
Pretty much.
Because why we out till like 4 in the morning 3 times a week? That's insane.
Yeah, facts. That's insane. The weekend is only 2 days.
I was about to say, and I
Oh,
was a person who used to be out, but I ain't gonna be out till 3, 4 in the morning 3 times during the week. No, a Friday or Saturday, if I'm outside, I'm in the streets and I'm doing other things, that's different.
right. That's what I'm saying. And okay, cool. But even at that point in time, right? Normally during the week it's the hustle and bustle of the week, right?
Right.
What time are you making? Not you, but let's just say if Maddie was going out on the weekends, right? What time are you making to have quality time with him? And what are the arguments or the disagreements or the
Facts.
whatevers that are so deep that you must retreat to
And
your
have-
safe place?
Other than the transaction, John, they had stupid ass arguments. There wasn't no real shit that I gotta go outside for.
Right. Madison, don't display transactional whorish behavior, and I won't insinuate that you're transactional.
Yeah, you can't get mad because I said I thought you was a club girl and you go out till 3, 4 in the morning 3 times during the week. That sounds club girlish. The fuck are we talking about? All right, so back at the meeting with Dr. Pia, I just have to say this one thing about Alan. I'm so sick of his fucking dreams.
I'm so sick of his dreams. That is on my list. His fucking dreams. I just put dreams and I put 3 rolling laughter emojis because what the fuck?
I'm so sick of his fucking dreams. I'm so sick of his fucking dreams. Man. All right, so Dr. Pia is basically just saying to her, just stay home, bitch. That's all. Get your ass up out of them streets and stay your ass at home. Stay your ass at home. All right, this is my question for you. Do you think that Solo Maddie is just not ready for marriage, or she just doesn't want Alan?
She just doesn't want Alan. Oh, well, I don't know. let me take that back. Let me not answer so quickly. Maybe it's a little bit of both because, some people are just like homebodies.
Right.
That's just what they are. That's just what they do. And if she really wanted to be a wife, she would be a homebody, whether she really liked him or not. Like she would try to be a little more homelier. So I think it's a little bit of both because she ain't trying to be homely and she don't like Alan. So that's even more reason for her to keep doing what she do, and that's being them streets.
Facts. All right. So then, after all of that, she takes Alan shopping. Are you taking a nigga shopping? If you don't like the way your nigga dress, are you taking a nigga shopping?
Oh yeah, I would. But I would be so into him. Like for me, I just feel like she just doing shit to just do it. Like this ain't gonna make you like him more because you don't like him. You don't like who he is. You can dress him up how you want to. That's not who he is. That's who you're making him to be.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right. I don't know where you're gonna go with this. Is there something that you can think of that you would like to see men wear more or less?
G-strings.
G-strings.
I knew you was gonna fuck this up. Is there something that I would like to see men wear more frequently? Is that what you said?
Yeah, more like, is there something that you would like to see men wear more, or is there something that you would like to see men wear less?
I have a thing for hats. I do. Not just necessarily. I'm not saying that. Make you blush. Make you. No, and I'm just not saying the caps, but I mean the baseball caps. Well, all kinds of hats. I love hats, and I would like to see, guys be a little more active with the hats, different styles hats, like
fedoras and shit.
Angles, even if you want to go old school with it. I like them to the back, like that type of stuff. Like for me.
Okay. What about less?
No, I don't see too much stuff that I could be like, nah, don't do that too much.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm sure it is some stuff, but I guess I might not be paying attention enough.
Okay. All right. So when she took him shopping, they told the bull who was helping them or whatever. If I seen him at the bar, I wouldn't talk to him. Just casually. Just casually just saying this to a stranger, just casually, like whatever.
Madison is off the hook because, ma'am, why do you continuously do this to Alan?
Right. So Alan went through the show on pony thing and was trying on shit for her. And she was like, I like this, I like that, I like that, whatever. And none of that shit matters, Alan. She's not gonna fuck you.
At all.
She's not gonna fuck you. And as we get back home, back to Whore Island, Alan's like, I got a delivery. This just came in. And it's his Invisalign. And she's like, why you got that? He's like, because you said, you like a certain look, So I want to do this for you. And, she's like, if you're going to do it for yourself. Like, I don't really care. Like, I don't really care about you, dog. Like,
yeah, facts. And I don't care if your teeth are straight. I don't care if you put some other clothes on you. It's just not that.
Right. So she's clearly saying that he's just not a turn on for her. So she's, trying to tell him if he's going to do these things, he needs to do these things for himself. He needs to do these things so he's taking better care of himself. And that just basically means, once again, she's not going to fuck you, bro.
at all. I think he knows this, and I think this is why he has these nightmares. Yeah, this is why he's having these nightmares. He knows this shit.
I cannot.
He's in denial too. He's in denial.
I cannot. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop, Alan. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. First of all, it ain't nowhere in the world we gonna be living together. And I'm not fucking like it's one thing if you go out to the bar and then you come home and then you drunk and so we fucking. I'm all good with that. I don't give a fuck what time you come in. You come at 6 in the morning. If you come at 6 in the morning and hop on me, I'm good. But you not just going to be going out to the bar and just I'm on the couch waiting up for you and you just fucking go in the room and just fucking ignore me like I ain't fucking here. That ain't gonna happen.
I'm going home. You're gonna come in and I'm not gonna be here unless you figure it the fuck out. Like why I'm not around or why I don't want to be around.
Facts. So you bugging out, Alan. You should have never accepted this behavior. That should have been a conversation of, yo, I know you like going out with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Can we keep that to the weekends? Like, can we spend some time together? Like, what are we doing? Once again, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Because this ain't that.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't that. Any last thoughts or questions on that?
I just will say that there are times when I think Alan is an all right guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says,
what times are those?
Like when he's in his element. When he's in his element, as goofy as it may seem, when he's in his element and he's cooking and he's like that whole host scene where he was fixing them dinner and he was being a host and those type of sincere, honest moments I like from Alan because he's in his comfort zone. He doesn't seem too quirky. He doesn't seem too much of a pushover. Like he's confident and he's in his element. And I like those times for Alan. But then he always fucks it up by saying some dumbass shit. Like I want my marriage to work so much that I will cut off my toe. Because I don't need my toe.
Listen,
so,
I've been telling y'all, man, this is the most beautiful girl he ever had in his life, and he just he holding on. It's like this. It's like the nigga dreaming. It's like I'll do anything. That's why we keep on having these dreams because he's dreaming it. He's trying to dream the shit to become reality. Like
and then I just think it's just so odd that he's like, I'm having these dreams, and I had this dream that this guy picked you up, and you guys are doing your due, and it just it hurt me so bad. It killed me, and it's just like, why are you saying these things? Even let's just say,
keep that shit to yourself.
Your dream.
Keep that shit to yourself, nigga. Keep that shit to yourself. She already look at you as a weakling. Now she really look at you as a weakling.
And to me, it also seemed like you're doing this to gain compassion from her. Like,
but
that's going to draw her in.
That ain't what you getting. That ain't. You looking even more weak to her.
Right, exactly. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, David and his big man muscles,
I cannot.
is looking real strong to her.
Right, that's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact. All right, let's move on to Juan and Carla. This was an interesting episode for Juan and Carla. And it starts out with Juan and Carla going to go get a tarot card reading because Juan is gay. That's why I just want to say. They had to go get a reading to see if Juan is gay or not because he won't touch her.
She wants to feel some connection.
Yeah, and she wants to touch and he doesn't want to touch. Is there a thing to who has the power dynamic in a couple?
Yeah, I thought that was a real decent question for the what was she called, an intuitive reader
Right.
or intuition reader or something. Um,
Intuitive.
yeah, I think that was a dope question to ask because I really don't think people like think about that
Right.
shit. Like, what is the power dynamic in your partnership or in your relationship? Where are the strong points? Who holds the strongest points? Who holds the mildest point or the weakest? Like, where can you guys strengthen each other?
Right.
Those type of things. I think if you were to ask people this question, how many people, like,
It
if
would
you
be
were to
lost.
ask 10 couples this question,
9
how
would
many
be
of those,
lost.
right, right,
9 would be lost. People
nine
are
would
dumb.
be lost. Yeah, nine would be lost. Even if you only think about what your power dynamic is, maybe even if you don't think about your partners, let's just say, which is not cool. Like you should look at it as a whole. But people don't even think about the role that they play, how they can strengthen themselves, how they can allow room for their partner to be stronger or to take the lead more or whatever the case may be. Like people just don't think about this shit. They just are.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
They just are.
All right, so my man Wancho said, "Man, fuck these cards, man. Y'all, I don't give a fuck about these cards. Why are we here? Fuck these cards." He said, "I don't give a fuck about no spiritual connection. I don't give a fuck. Why are we here? Fuck all of this shit. I'm doing this shit for you, Carla. But guess what? I don't give a fuck. I watch him."
Can't.
So Wancho goes on a play date with one of his guy friends, and Wancho's lit up now, Ish. He's excited, he's happy, he's having a ball. He's having a ball. This fucking play date with his friend. And you know, he tells the friend, you know, Carla's cool. We pretty much get along. We're okay. It's still friend zone-ish, but you know, it's not really a burden. But it's too much. It's too many crystals. It's too many things burning. I'm a grounded person. I don't really like know if I want to deal with that, you know, on a full time basis. What'd you think about Wancho's statement?
I feel like he was honest. Definitely he's not into that, but I think he's not into that because he's not into Carla. Because maybe if it was somebody else that he was really into and they love that type of stuff, I think he would be more open minded into receiving what it is that, is of that um cosmic energy, space, tarot, sage, and all that stuff. That type of thing. If he was into someone, he would be down. Trust me, he would be down. Maybe if it was Rao.
I basically I got that in my notes pretty much. I have that he's torn right now, and my advice for Carla is this: Carla, go and buy a strap, and you fuck wine in the ass.
Yeah. At this point, it's giving that.
Yes.
Do you really feel he's torn?
I don't even know if I feel like he's torn. I feel like the only reason I'm saying I feel like he's torn is because sometimes niggas don't know that they gay. I'm serious. That's why I'm saying he's torn. Sometimes because there's no way possible that you could just be around Carla like that. And it's like she ain't asking you to fuck her every day, but you don't want to give her a hug.
Yeah, like he don't want to give her a hug. He don't
Right.
want to touch her on her shoulder. He don't want to grab her hand. It is nothing that Juan wants to do in physical and direct physical contact with her. And that shows and that tells so much his body language and his reaction to her says so much. I just don't think that it's ever going to be there because he doesn't like. It's no way you cannot like Carla.
That's what I'm
Even a
saying.
little bit. Even a
That's
little
what I'm
bit.
saying.
She's beautiful and her energy is good and all of that. Like, it's no way in the world.
That's what I'm saying. And I think it's a cop out. I think it's a cop out when people be like, yo, I was moving a certain way, or people be like, I was outside fucking and like I wasn't getting nothing out of it, so I'm gonna take my time in this, and I'm not gonna, put sex in the forefront. And it's like you may have been outside fucking, and you might have come to this epiphany of, I don't want to put sex in the forefront, or whatever it may be. And a lot of those times, you're just discovering that you gay. That's all. You're discovering that you don't really like pussy like that.
Right. And there are people too that just realize that they don't really like sex.
Right.
So it's like either you're like, I don't really like pussy and I like dick, or I just don't like fucking at all.
Right.
I just don't really like the act of fucking.
Right.
So either way you look at it, it's something going on with you and not
That's
this.
why I said you torn.
Right. Okay. So I was thinking torn like as if he's not sure about how he feels about Carla.
No, he
Because
knows
I think
that.
it's clear he don't fuck with Carla. Okay.
Right.
You were just meaning torn like as to what he's going through,
Right.
like what
Right.
he's feeling. Okay.
Gotcha. Right. All right. So before they go to the couples retreat, we finally get to see the Wancho Bear. What's your thoughts on the Wancho Bear?
I can't. I just I couldn't. I don't even think I could laugh. I think I just looked like what is he doing? Why?
He's playing a game. Like, how children play. Like, that's how I feel he is. Like, that's his personality. It gives like a child playing.
Yes, I agree. If you put it in that, like, because I'm just looking like, why? Just tell me why. And what was the purpose?
Because it's like I want people to look at my beard. Like, that's different.
Yes, and this poncho.
Right.
I'd be like, go cut the rest of that shit off. I ain't going nowhere.
That's what I was going to ask you. So, is there do you have a hair thing?
Yeah, like your shit gotta be a certain way, you mean?
Right. Like I've been around certain girls who be like, I don't like when you cut your beard down. like they hate when I get like just a goatee or whatever. Right. And I'm like, it ain't that deep. Like I can grow it back in like a week. But do you have a hair thing?
Yeah. I probably do, but I haven't experienced it yet. Okay. Like I know I probably do, because if I think about it, I probably would say some shit like that too. Like, I don't really. Oh, I think you look like a pedophile if you just have this little teeny mustache or something. So I can say I just haven't experienced it to know if that's how I truly feel, but I can see myself being that way.
Okay. All right. Let me see where I'm at. Okay.
But that shit was stupid. Who's Yosemite Sam is what he made me think of.
Not Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, because then his mustache goes straight down like that.
He had the bottom part missing. I don't know if you. Yeah, I think it is the same. Yeah, I think it is.
Kind of similar to it. Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So I have in my notes that I feel like Carla is making herself small for him.
Mm-hmm. This grinds my gears. People do that and have to do that. She's definitely a big personality and it's definitely dimmed a lot.
So she said, when she doesn't feel his energy or when he pulls away, then it makes her do the same thing. And I don't really like that. I don't think people should either match that energy or like pull away because somebody else is pulling away. Like if we're in the same space and I feel you pulling away, that's not gonna make me not want to touch you.
Mhm.
Like I don't know if that's a women thing or whatever, but why do you think people do that?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I would be one of those people. Um, something I think those are the people that vibe, that pick up on energy and that just can tell like no, they're not really into it. So, I need to tune myself and position myself a certain way where I'm not really that into it either. And by not being into it, I ain't gonna want to touch you. I'm gonna that's just like if you're a person who loves to have a lot of sex and your partner just doesn't like to have a lot of sex, you kind of have to tone yourself down in a sense. You still might want
I
it,
don't like it.
but you still like your body has to tone down for that. You see what I mean? And so
But
that's what
why?
happened. Well, because when we are in those type of situations, we care for that person.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I might like my hair pulled, and my person might not like to do that. So I have to bury the like for that to make nice.
I don't think that's. I don't think you should move in that energy. I don't like it.
But but I feel like that's what happens.
Right. It's definitely what happens, but I just don't like it. I don't agree with it,
Yeah.
and it's in essence making yourself small, and it's in essence depriving yourself, and I just don't agree with it. I'm not with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't feel like it's a good thing. So, like I was saying, you know, it's one thing to move slow on intimacy or fucking or whatever it may be, but you don't got no affection for Carla, my nigga.
You ain't got not an ounce, not a drop.
Not a kiss on the cheek, not a nothing.
Mhm.
I cannot.
But she also says that she's super affectionate. You could tell Carla like she let her fuck.
Right.
She let her fuck. So he don't seem like he like to at all. That's why I was saying like she's dimming herself down. She's dumbing herself down. She's watering herself down for the sake of just being in an okay space with him.
I don't like
Because if
it.
she was to pounce all over him like she really wants
Right.
to, I'm sure at times, then that would cause another friction.
I don't like it, and see those are instances, or that's a space between a different kind of space between men and women because women will be like, if I like that nigga, then I'll be okay with toning myself down for him.
Hmm.
I'm never gonna be okay with that.
Right, right. Yeah, and I think that is definitely a man and woman thing because I think it is easier for the women to do it.
Hmm.
I definitely think it's easier for the women to do it. Might not want to,
Yeah, no.
and I feel it's a little bad because sometimes a little resentment can build up.
Right. Not only resentment, I'm building up. My pressure's building up. It is. My pressure's building up. So it's like outsource. Outsource. It's not like outsource. Like you could like and love your person. It's like, yo, like I'm dying over here.
Right, right. I gotta hide the fact that I love kisses and cuddles like
Right.
Carla, and she's hiding that fact from him.
Right.
He's probably getting kisses and cuddles, I swear.
But she also said in the after party that he did say that he's like he doesn't feel it.
Yeah.
In that space, are you waiting to see if that ever comes? That's why I'd be like, I don't. That's
Nah.
why I don't believe in the attraction building shit.
Yeah, no, no, no. I feel like you got to have a spark of that commitment. It might not have to go to third, you know, it might not have to go to whatever base.
Right.
I can't even think of it right now. It might not have to go there, but you have to at least feel or, or can sense that spark of chemistry. You know what I mean? Between you, you can feel that shit. You
Right.
can walk in a room with somebody and feel that energy, or you can have conversations, or you can talk, or you can look into somebody's eyes and y'all can have that chemistry. You know it's there, whether you move on it or not. They are shit. They don't have a lick of nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing to wait on, nothing to hang their head on, nothing. Sorry, I
Yeah,
didn't.
I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting in that space. And on D-Day, I'm sorry, Carla, but I would have been like, nah, this ain't gonna work for me.
Yeah, thanks. Do you think that should, do you think that by them not speaking on it at all, like, I don't really see us going past D-Day. Like, do you think that's a good or a bad thing?
What you mean? Then they're not speaking on it.
Like, they're not, like, they can probably feel that they're not going to continue in the marriage, but
I
they
don't believe
also,
that.
they don't, you don't believe that. I don't, I believe it.
You believe that they're gonna break up?
Yeah.
I don't believe that they're gonna break up.
So what you think that after D-Day they going to agree to stay together and Juan is going to fuck her something?
No, I think that Carla's making herself small and she'll fit in the box.
Mm-mm. I don't see that side of Carla.
I hope that
But
ain't that. I hope that
yeah,
don't happen. But I
yeah,
can see it happening.
right.
But I hope it doesn't happen. But I can
Yeah.
see it happening.
Um, I think maybe I can agree with you. Yes, because I can see it happening for a brief period of time, and then an explosion will happen.
How long is a brief period of time?
I
How
don't
long?
know.
How long has it been?
Yeah, it's been what,
It's been a
almost
fucking long
16 days.
time.
Yeah.
It's been a fucking long time. That's what
Yeah,
I feel like.
but if we say that she's going to fit in this box and
Right.
she's going to, I can see her maybe trying it, getting past the D-Day
Right.
and saying, "Oh yeah," but you can't contain that
Right.
personality, that energy, that you can't contain it. A person can try all the
That's what I'm questioning. So why do it?
to say what? Maybe she don't want to be the bad girl.
Man, I don't give a fuck about it all.
Maybe she don't want to be the bad girl. Maybe she don't want to be the one that said,
I'll be the
"Oh,
fucking bad guy. Man.
this shit is whack."
I'll be the fucking bad guy, man. This is bullshit.
Mhm.
This is bullshit. We're not gonna sit around and act like I ain't this and you ain't that or whatever. I'm good.
Right.
If you don't like sex, go be with wine.
Facts. Facts.
Go be with wine, man. But I ain't doing it. All right. Last but not least, the only couple that is still together, only couple that has fucked.
Right. Wait. Before we get into them real quick, can we just circle back to Carla?
What's up?
Because since we done talked about David,
Right.
Michelle,
Right.
Alan,
Right.
Madison, Carla, and the after party.
Okay. What Carla did?
Her dry snitching. Please.
Why you so bad to want to throw Carla dry snitching?
No, I don't. I love the fact that she did it. I love the fact that she did it.
So you
But
approve of snitches?
dude,
I
in certain
cannot.
situations,
I cannot.
I don't approve of rats. Please don't put that on my name.
I don't
However,
know, man. I don't know. It's
how-
looking a
it's
little
looking a
different.
little suspect.
It's
No,
looking- I love bringing.
I love transparency. We know this. And I love bringing things to light. And I love piecing shit together,
So
right? Especially,
just say I love truth.
I love truth. Yes. And I hate pulling the wool. I hate when somebody try to pull the wool over our eyes. So this revelation of Carla's, even though she dry snitched, it was an important thing in my book, in my opinion.
See, I don't think it is important because we already know the truth.
I know, but when she said it and Michelle heard it,
Right.
did you see her face?
Right. Michelle is a confirmation for her. And it's like, thank you for finally giving me the truth. But if you really want the truth, go punch Madison in the face. That's all you got to do.
So what do you feel about Carla after this revelation? Do
All
you
right, so
think
let's
that
tell the people what happened, man. So
yeah.
At the after party, they're discussing the text message and X, Y, and Z. And Carla is saying because it was supposed to be, they went out that night. So it was supposed to be David, Carla, Madison, and Alan. It's supposed to be at the bar or whatever. So they go out that night, and I don't know if this is the night that Alan went home early, or I don't know what happened, where Alan was at, but somehow David and Madison sneak off together, and Carla notices it. So Carla is at the bar, and I think she said that her and Madison or somebody was supposed to go out, or they were supposed to do something different.
Yeah, they were all together. Madison wanted to ditch the guys.
Right, yeah, they were supposed to ditch the guys.
They was ditching the guys, but then somehow David wound up popping back up to where they were, which she found was odd.
Right. So yeah, they were supposed to ditch the guys, and then Madison ends up dipping off with David for some time or other. So Carla is floating, I guess, just floating, dancing, whatever, and she's trying to see, where Madison is, and then she all of a sudden pops up, say 25 minutes later after she had snuck off with David. So Carla, they're asking Carla for confirmation if she thinks Madison is the person that David is secretly texting. And Carla comes to the realization of, I didn't really know it for sure in the moment, but now that I think about it, I think that is probably what's going on. So that is what Ish, aka I'm a snitch too, is trying to clarify here by saying that Carla domed David out.
She just shed some light. She just shed some light is what she did. She made some things clear that may not have been so clear.
So yeah, Carla gave her spill about what happened that night and kind of co-signed to Michelle that yeah, she thinks it is Madison, and that is probably what happened at night. And Madison is probably the one that David was texting. And then Michelle's like, yeah, because that kind of makes sense if you're looking at your phone. It's Michelle and Madison. We don't believe there ever was no fucking Tiffany. That's a bullshit ass name that you just made up. And they're trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, basically. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we need all of this shit, but y'all as women, y'all need every fucking detail of the story.
We need the piece.
I don't be giving a fuck. I'm a simple nigga. If anything ever happened, I would be like, did you fuck the nigga? Did you suck his dick? All right, that's it. I don't gotta be like, was your shirt blue? Who else was there? I don't give a fuck about. I don't care.
It's a woman's intuition. It's those little details that add up because they connect the dots. For us, and sometimes they even connect dots from other situations in the past. It just kind of adjoins, and you really be seeing shit clear after you know the details of shit. So by piecing this shit together for Michelle, it might give her the information that or like you said, confirmation of what she really was thinking. And it may give her some rest. I think that's it too. A lot of the times our brains be going 100 miles a minute trying to piece this shit together. If we was just given the information, we could then process the information.
All right, but set aside these people in the names. Set aside these people in the names. If you know a nigga is lying and you know he was texting another bitch, and a nigga comes to you and he says, and he admits the truth to you and says, yeah, I was texting another bitch. Do you need to know who the other bitch is?
Yeah.
Why?
I need to know. I need to know who it is for the fact that I need to know if this name had come up before, if it connects to somewhere else that was a little unclear for me. Will it happen and so that I can know for the future? So I can know who she is. What if I run into this bitch on the street and I get is she coming at me sideways? Like I just be needing to know those type of things. Not so much that it really is going to make a difference, but for me to know how I'm moving from this point forward. And I feel like without knowing those type of facts, I can't move forward clearly. Like I can't move forward in understanding and processing without having those details. Now, that may be just a bit much and a bit extra, and I get that, right? But for a brain like mine, those things have to connect for me. Like those pieces have to align for me. So that's going to be the only way that I can process what's happening in a very beneficial way for the both of us. Otherwise, it's going to get a little cloudy.
Like if you was in a situation and I was like, and I found out somebody was talking to somebody else or whatever, my brain is not going to automatically go to, did I play basketball with the nigga? Did I go to high school? I don't care. Like you was talking to another nigga, you was talking to another nigga. Now what are we gonna do about that?
Right.
I don't care about the nigga.
Right. I get it. And I mean, I know for me, I don't care about the chick either. I care about who so that I can lay claim to exactly what, who, what, when, where, and why. Like those things need to connect for me. I may not even know who she is. So I've been told you don't know her,
right?
But
you still need to know who she is, even when you don't know her. That's insane to me. This kind of shit is insane to me. Man.
I still need to know who she is.
I'll be like, you don't know that bitch. She live in Delaware. Like, what the fuck?
And okay, I frequent Delaware, so I do need to know. Okay, so I need. And I think those type of things happen from experiences or not even direct experiences that I've seen in her through friends or whatever the case may be, where, you just don't know and you walk into situations and that's the situation. You know what I mean? And I just don't like that type of stuff.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I'm never walking into no situations.
Well, that's a good that's a good guy.
Like, what fucking situation am I walking into? Am I going to the bar to see this nigga? Like, what? Like, where am I going to see this nigga at?
Yeah, but see, it's different for guys because y'all don't toss that energy. Because y'all don't care. Right. Women toss that energy. Women be quick to say, "Oh yeah, I was sitting on your man's dick."
Right, but even if that's the case, then you just punch that bitch in the mouth.
Yeah, that's cool, but
you don't need to question it.
Right, but how you know this the bitch that you need to punch in the mouth?
Because you're, like you said, I'm feeling the energy.
Right, but
that's all I need.
I need to know that shit before I walk in. Like, I need to be knowing. Like, when I scan something, when I walk into a restaurant or a lounge or something, and I scan a room, boom, that's that bitch right there. Right. I need to know what's coming all directions of me. And that's just me. Again, not all women are like this. Not all women need this. Sure, it's a bit much. That's just what I need from me.
No, I think all women are like that, but I still think that shit is fucking psychopathic.
Right.
I think it's psychopathic. It's like, yo, I fucked Shorty 8 months ago. Her name is Regina. She from Vermont.
Right.
Like she got to. The fuck? I'm telling you
Now,
all of that for.
I don't need to know all of that. I don't need to know all of that. I just most of the time it's like I also be wanting to know if it's like if you went back to something. Like you know what I mean?
What does that matter?
I don't I think it tells me a lot.
What
I
does
don't know
it tell you?
specifically, it tells me a lot that you haven't moved on from it.
That's not true.
I think in certain situations, let me just say in certain situations, like in situations that I've seen before, maybe have experienced in the past, like I would say you didn't close that chapter, then I'm good. Now I know how to move. Like I just be needing to know how to move.
All right, but even
That's
if
it.
let's just play that out. Even if I didn't close that chapter, right, and we
Mhm.
have a conversation about it, and you say, "I need you to close that chapter," I'll just close the fucking chapter. What the fuck?
No, but see, like for me, I know we're not speaking like about
All right.
me per se, but I'm just saying, like for me, I will never tell nobody what they need to do. And I think that's it for me too. Like
That's why
so,
I'm asking. So why do you need to know then? If you don't care about me closing the chapter, then what do you need to know then?
just because I need to know how I'm moving, I need to know how I'm moving.
You're
I
moving
can't.
how you always move.
Yes, but I will then know how to handle you.
What do you mean?
If you haven't fully closed the chapter, then why am I giving you
This is what I'm explaining to you, and I'll say this, and this is my past life, but I'll say this, man. Once you know about her, she doesn't exist to me.
wait, say
That's why
this
I be like,
again?
I don't understand this shit. Once I know that you know about her, I don't look. I've been in situations where all you have to do is tell me the name. Once you say the name to me, she don't exist to me anymore because you know about her.
Right, I know, and it's a lot of guys are like that. That's funny
Right?
to me. That is so funny to me. That
Why
is
is that funny?
that is fucking hilarious to me because it's like, oh no, don't make this bitch disappear now.
No, she don't. She's gone now.
Don't make this bitch disappear now.
No, she's gone now because you know about her.
Yeah, that's that.
Now it's not nothing I can entertain. I can't entertain it now because you know about it.
But why?
Because you know about it. That's why I be like, I don't know why people need to know X, Y, and Z because the real niggas who really know what the real game is, once you know about her, I don't give a fuck if you only know her name. It's
Right. So
done.
that's maybe why David said. That's maybe exactly why David said Tiffany.
Right. Like it's done. I would never speak to her again. I might run across her 5 years from now. She's like, "Damn, you just ain't even fucking speak to me after that." I couldn't. Fuck you think? What game you think I played?
I can't.
I couldn't. I can't speak to you again after that. She said your name. I would never speak to you again. That's
Wanting
why
to
I
know
get
the
lost.
truth, unrealistic expectations.
That's why I get lost, man. Because it'd be like, yo, you're asking for things that don't even matter anymore. It don't matter.
Don't matter.
It don't matter. And you only hurting yourself.
Right.
You only hurt yourself. The more details you ask of me, the more you gonna be hurt. So why are we doing that? It's
I don't
like
know if I like. I don't be asking to know so that I feel like I be feeling like some shit just doesn't even hurt me. I just think that I just have that crazy, crazy desire to know.
it's like in The Best Man when he found out that the bull fucked the girl and he was like walking to the altar and he was visioning it.
Right,
I would never do that.
right, right. I think for some people it's just the need to know, but then can't deal. I
Right.
am the opposite. Like
Okay.
I can deal. Like I know, and I'm not holding it against you. I can know some shit and still not never tell you that I know.
Right.
Like I can really know some shit about you,
Right.
and I never say it. And you would never think I know it. Like, you know what I mean? And I would never treat you no different or never behave or act no differently that I know. Like it doesn't hurt. Those things don't hurt me. I just be needing to know
Yeah, those things don't hurt me, and I don't need to know that shit because I'm just saying because
it.
those kind of things it might like you said it might trigger me. You know what I'm saying? I see the nigga in the street and I'm already having a bad day that day. All right, well, what's up?
Right now I want some smoke.
Right.
Now I want some smoke. I got you.
I don't need to know that shit.
Um,
Everything don't need to be known, man. You only
yeah,
hurt you only hurting yourself. And y'all as women, y'all love to hurt yourselves. What you
this
did?
could be true.
Tell me everything about it. What?
This could be true. But still, tell me everything about it.
What? I can handle it. I'm telling you, I can handle it. Now you over here in the corner crying. You said you can handle it.
Yes. So somebody posted something. I don't know, but like, I this is why I be having by myself meetings and shit. Like I
Right.
really do because I really do be thinking like sometimes that it be something wrong with me. Somebody posted something like, if you, one of my friends, um, from Southwest posted, if you if you feel like you want to open up the gates, the floodgates, the whole gates, the whatever, it was a guy,
Right.
let me know. But be ready
Oh yeah, I'm with
on
that.
the other
That's a
side.
fact. That's a fact.
And so maybe that's
I'm definitely with that. I'm definitely with that. That whole statement. I made that plenty of times. Just let me know that this will be doing. That's all.
maybe, ladies and gentlemen, maybe we've made a revelation tonight.
Right.
Maybe we've made a revelation tonight for
Yeah,
myself.
just let me know that this will be
Yeah,
doing, and then
yeah.
I can move accordingly. That's all.
Yes.
That's all
And
that be.
yes.
But wrapping up so we can get to Michelle, I mean Camille and Thomas. I just want to say to the ladies, that little thing that y'all trying to pull, I just don't exist to me anymore. So you got it in your brain like I know he's still fucking that bitch. I know they still talking. No, soon as you know her name, it's
Mhm.
over.
Yes, I'm right.
It's over all the time. That's why if women were smart, they would never say the fucking name. If women were smart, they would know. And I'm giving game today. I'm like Ish. I'm snitching today. I'm like Ish. I'm snitching today.
I
If women
can't.
were smart, they would never ever say the name to you because once you say the name to me, I'm gonna cut it off.
Mhm. Okay. I'm taking notes. Taking notes. Even though that little bit, I think I did see that before. So,
How stupid does that sound, Ish? How stupid does that sound if you say the name to me and you know who I'm talking to and I keep talking to her? That don't sound stupid.
yeah, that do sound stupid because you're going to get caught every time. Don't forget it.
Right. Right. That's stupid.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I would never do that, man. But
Mhm.
let's get to Camille and Thomas, our last couple people. All right. Like I was saying, Camille and Thomas are still on their upward bound. Um, I guess they're just coasting. So I'm not going to say they're on an up spike or going down. They just coasting. They just flat.
Mhm.
They just flat. That's all. They just flat. All right. So the question comes about of after decision day, where are we going to live? And they're trying to see if we alternate apartments. If sometimes I stay at yours, sometimes you stay at mine, or we just pick one place, one of our places, because they both is like we both stuck in a lease, and so what is your thoughts on just that situation? If you were talking to somebody, would you? Because Camille was saying I would feel more comfortable if you moved into my place. So, what is your thoughts on that situation?
Um, See, I think shit like that would be super easy for me because I'm so go with the flow and flexible. So I like the fact that um Thomas is the way that he is. He's like, we'll make it work. Like,
Well, she
we'll.
don't like that.
I know she does not like
Right.
that at all. She wants him to take the lead and she wants him to say X, Y, and Z and probably lay it out for her. I think for him, he's just easy going, easy flowing. Whatever it is that you want to do. If you want me to move there and my lease is shorter and I can get somebody to take it over a couple of months, or I break the lease a couple of months early, then cool, then I'll do that. Or if you want to come with me or whatever. Like, he's just a free flower.
Mm.
Um, for her, that's problematic. But I mean, this shit should be simple, in my opinion.
Why do you feel like that? Do you because you just feel like whatever, we'll figure it out?
Whatever, we'll figure it out. I mean, and I don't mean that in the way of we don't have our ducks in a row, but I'm just saying, hey, listen, we're going to be together. We can be together in a hut.
Right.
I don't care.
But
So your
that's
place, my place.
the problem isn't about if we're going to be together or not, because they know they're going to be together. The problem comes in the trust. So the problem comes in the trust where we get tired of going back and forth. Or one night, I want to stay home. And so now, since I want to stay home, you think I'm cheating. That's where the problem comes.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm not saying that it should be in between spaces. I'm saying it doesn't matter which space we choose. So that decision should be simple. Like that I get Camille's feeling. She needs him to lead it and feel secure and make a decision, or just make it where as though she is unsure about this transition. I get that portion of it. I understand it.
But why is it easy? Because if you move into my place, then it may always be in the back of your mind, like, I gave up my place. What if he put me out? And vice versa.
See, I don't go. That's just maybe my way of thinking. Like, I don't go into this shit.
Yeah, you're going into it with good intentions, but
Yeah.
some people think about this kind of shit. It's like,
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes that yes, you have to be smart. Yes, you should always protect yourself, but you can't fully give yourself to someone or to a marriage if you go in with those thoughts, no matter what the intentions of somebody else is, or no matter what your intentions are, whatever the case may be. You should go in with an open mind, open heart, and it is going to be what it's going to be. I mean, that's just how I look at it. But I mean, maybe that's why I'm single.
I cannot. I cannot. All right, so Pastor Kyle told them, actually was advising them not to alternate and to settle on a place and to rent out whoever's place that they don't pick. And I just think that's, like you said, Thomas is free flowing, so it's like not a big deal to him. He's not even like thinking about that right now. Only thing he's thinking about is we going to dinner tonight, Camille. Like he not thinking about these kind of things. And I think that she is monitoring these kind of things, or it's like another test of his manhood to her. That's how she's viewing it. So she's viewing it like, take charge about something. Any like, nigga, it is like, to other people it ain't that deep, but to her it's the world.
Yeah, I get it. But I think too, and I will say this, I think too, when you have that's again knowing the power dynamic. Right. When you have and for her, she wants him to be so aggressive, and he's just Like chill. Like, you know what I mean? He's just so chill. And then this is where it's like, okay, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? If you're going to be the lead, then you take the lead just for this moment, or pull him in his face. I feel like honestly, he doesn't want to say or do the wrong thing. You can tell. It's just like, okay, I want us to be together, but we can figure everything else out. He doesn't want to say, oh, let's move with you or let's move with me. You can tell clearly that he doesn't want to make those definitive decisions because it seems like he doesn't want to say or do the wrong thing.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So she should notice that, pay attention.
She is noticing that, and she is paying attention, and she wants him to not be in that space.
Right, but what I'm saying is like, this is, for me, know your person. So know this is where he doesn't want to ruffle feathers. Know that this is him, and I understand you want him to be aggressive, and sure, you want him to take the lead. Okay, cool beans, but he's just not there yet. So what is it that she can do to make him feel a little more comfortable?
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. So is there a space of knowing your person and then being like, all right, at some point you should feel comfortable enough to now start taking the reins?
Yes. And we don't have to always have on kid gloves with our partner and stuff. And I'm not saying that, but what is it that she could do that would possibly make him feel more comfortable in taking the lead? Some people don't take the lead, not because they can't, but because they don't want to do the wrong thing.
Right, but you don't think she's giving him that leeway?
She may be giving him the leeway, but he doesn't feel comfortable enough to do it. Giving a person the leeway to do it is cool. He probably clearly sees that.
Right.
But does he feel comfortable enough in that space to actually take the lead? No.
So like she said, what if on D-Day I look at you and say this was fun, but now I'm over it?
Then that's just something that he's going to have to be like, okay, well, what is he going to say? Maybe he'll have some regrets. Maybe he'll say, I should have took the lead more. Maybe he'll say that, I should have did X, Y, and Z. But he can't take it back. So it's like, okay, if you don't know what to say to somebody, right? You're learning somebody and you don't know what to say. Do you just blurt it out and say it? Or do you kind of mask what it is that you're trying to say so that it doesn't land the wrong way?
I gauge it on the person.
Right.
I gauge it on the person. So if Camille's the person, she said, here's the line, nigga, go ahead. It ain't like she ain't said it. She said it.
So
if you tell me I can say it, I'm gonna fucking say it. I don't give a fuck if I feel like that or not. If you tell me I can say it, I'm gonna fucking say it.
All right, so is this like where you be like, this is cat? Because ladies be saying they want to hear the truth,
right?
But they really don't want to hear the truth. They say, tell me the truth, and don't want to hear the truth. They say, take the lead, and then he takes the lead, and then she don't like the lead that's being took. I think that's what his issue is. I think
taking the lead and you wanting the truth about some other shit
is way different. I know. But I feel like maybe possibly that his problem is not so much taking the lead, but rather his fear of where that lead will lead them.
And I think her fear is that, nigga, you ain't never gonna take the lead.
Right. So where do they meet? Can something like that be met to where she can get a little bit of what she wants and he can step a little bit out of that comfort zone, out of that discomfort zone?
It's like he got to step out of his comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I don't even think that should be a comfort zone.
Right. Well, we talk about Thomas here. We talk about Thomas here.
I don't even think that should be a comfort zone. Yeah, we talking about Thomas, but that's why I always said I don't think he would like she took the reins. If it wasn't for her, they wouldn't be fucking. At every instant, she's taking the reins. At every instant, she's taking the reins. At some point, she don't want to take the reins no more.
Right. I do agree with you. I agree. And I definitely see exactly what you're saying. I think I just was trying to maybe possibly see like Thomas's fear. Because I really do think he afraid.
But what you afraid of? Think of you fucking 95 years old.
Yeah, I do. I mean, do you sense him being a little chicken?
I don't sense him being a little chicken. I sense that his personality is chicken.
Right. Right. Right.
So I don't think he's scared of her.
I don't think he's scared of her.
Right. I just think that he's a fearful person.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like, and not afraid of her, but just afraid to say or do the wrong thing. And he just kind of wants to be right. I don't know, how do you know, have
it's because when the person makes you comfortable or tells you, it's like, all right, so yeah, sometimes we gonna say, yeah, you say tell me the truth, but you don't really want the truth, or you really can't handle the truth. But this is not the instance of that. This is not it was another bitch and you say tell me the truth. And this is we a couple and I want you to take the reins.
I get you. I definitely get you. I understand it and I see it. I don't know what it's going to take for him. I don't know what it's going to take for him to be comfortable enough to take.
It's just like I've been in instances where it's like I'm pacing. So I've been in instances where it's like I'm pacing, and a girl be like, "Nah, I've been wondering the fuck I was waiting on you." Guess what I'm gonna do, Ish? I ain't going to keep pacing.
Yeah, I think some people have it and some people don't.
Pacing is over.
Right. And I think maybe Thomas is just one of those people that don't have it.
Right. Yeah. And that was always the question from the beginning. Is that going to be enough?
Well, I mean, we can say that she could try to make it enough.
I don't know if you could try to make it enough.
How long is it going to last?
Right. I don't know if you could try to make it enough.
Right.
At some point, you're like, I'm bored now.
I wonder what happened to, he's not cultured enough. The dick made that disappear?
Oh, definitely. Definitely, because he's still not cultured enough. But I like the dick, so I'm gonna just hop on a dick. The dick takes a lot of things away. The dick takes a lot of things away, except the reins. The dick won't take the reins away.
Right.
That won't happen. Because even if she likes the dick, at some point, that's why she always keeps telling him, I want you to fuck the shit out of me. I want you to do X, Y, Z. That's why she's saying this shit. It's the same thing. Right. It's the same thing as the reins.
Right.
Nigga, at some point, you got to take control of this fucking shit.
Right.
That's what it is. Man.
That's what it is.
So, I still see them saying yes on D-Day. But, at some point, you got to take the fucking reins, Thomas. You got to take the fucking reins, dog. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are we doing? You want to take the reins or no? Take the reins or no? Anything else on these two characters? What's up?
I mean, I was going to say, I don't know. I can say that I would see him taking the reins, but then I don't know.
You've been saying that shit since episode one.
I know we ain't took the range.
Nigga ain't took the range yet.
I miss BOD. You know
I
me.
can't. I can't.
Miss BOD. I've been giving them benefits of the doubt. So I don't know. No, it really wasn't much going on with them. I mean, besides that little chitter chatter D-Day where we moving to. I mean, that was pretty much it.
They went out to dinner and they wanted to try some new food. Are you mad if your person doesn't try new foods with you?
I wouldn't be mad. I'd just be like, boo, you suck.
You'll call him a pussy, see?
Like, boo. What we doing? I'm gonna go find somebody else to go eat.
See?
I'm like, no, don't do that.
I can't. All right. At the after party or in sneak peeks, we see Michelle flat out ask Madison, "Was it you, bitch?" did you see how Michelle said, "Why is Madison so mad? Because I'm talking about her man."
Like, Liz, oh, yeah. I can't. It's hilarious. I can't wait until next
What did you think about Madison's response?
If was a fifth, if Madison could hold it, she has no poker face. Like she wears it all on her face. So if she was able to like hide it, I would think that her response would be just exactly what it was supposed to be. Like I wouldn't have thought twice about it. But she can't save face for shit. She don't have no poker face, and she just gives up the tape. It was like, well, it should have been for me.
Right.
That's just not what I asked.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not what the fuck I asked. Like, you know what I mean? She's giving it away, in my opinion.
like, bitch, was it for you or no? Yes or no? Not it
Yes or
shouldn't
no.
have been.
And it's right. And like even Michelle says, it's just, oh no, like no, it wasn't for me. What you mean? Why would it be for me? Like, Maddie.
We will see next week at couples retreat. It's going down. What do you think about David and Alan's talk?
That's spicy. He said, fuck her and fuck you.
No, but why do you think that you can calmly sit with me and say your wife knows more about me than my wife?
Right. David is out of pocket.
Right.
And it just all comes out. It comes down to it. David is out of pocket. Alan has a right to be mad, and we will see.
I can't.
No, but and I definitely can't wait to see how it truly develops. You know what I mean? How it truly develops.
Does anybody fight?
Hmm?
Does anybody fight?
Yeah. You ain't see that fight? You ain't see that rumble?
No.
Alan in the cabinet got busy.
Cut it out.
Alan rumbles the cabinet, man.
The fucking cabinet.
I think the cabinet won.
The cabinet won?
Yeah, because
I can't.
wait until this next week episode.
Ike need to come back and fight somebody.
Ike need to carry his little ass on. So wherever he going, write another book or something.
So we're at episode 14. We'll have episode 15 will be the end of the couples retreat and them having conversations, the last conversations before D-Day. So that'll be the next episode. The end of couples retreat, all of them fighting about who fucking who, and then the conversations before D-Day. And I guess episode 16 will be D-Day.
right? And then it's the reunion.
Then the reunion.
So we have about 2 more
Right.
episodes, and then probably 2 per reunion, maybe.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe we can get this done in one part reunion.
Yeah,
Maybe we can get this done in one part reunion. But
you think?
yeah, I think so. If they want to drag it out, they'll drag it out. Probably.
Right.
They
I
might.
wonder who's gonna do the reunion. The guy. What's his
Yeah.
name? I can never think of his name.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I know
Yeah,
you're
they'll
talking
probably
about.
have him.
Yeah, he'll probably do it. Yeah, so
Well, we shall see.
I'm excited. Like I said, ladies, beware. Watch what you endure. Juan is gay. Betty cried about being a whore and then is a whore.
that baffles me. How you mad that he called you a whore, but then you behave like one?
Because that's what whores do. They don't like when you call them whores. They don't like when you call them whores. You can listen to Aikichi if you want to all day, and like she was like, he's hurting. I was like, I just wanted to be like, he is not hurting, sis.
Yeah, he's not hurting, sis. He just does not like you, and that's
Right.
just it. It's no hurt about it. He might be a little salty by some things that has transpired between
Wait
you
a
and his
minute.
family.
Oh, I almost forgot this part. Did you see what Ike said on the after party about how she attacked him sexually?
Yeah, I'm so over this whole little story that he running with that. Like, dude is wild work. He is wild. Yeah, I heard that, and I triggered me again because I'm just like, sir, please stop this nonsense, and please stop carrying that narrative everywhere you go, because regardless to what it is that we saw on camera or off camera, we know that this was not she wasn't doing it from a place of assault.
Right.
And he keeps pushing that narrative, and it's just like, you are a clown.
Right.
Classic.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, like I was saying, man, Thomas, or David, that was the stupidest lie of all time.
Yeah.
Once again, this will be my last educational piece for y'all, man. Any real nigga who was really doing what they was supposed to be doing wouldn't be fucking in a circle. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Yeah, he's definitely dumb. He's definitely dumb. But I think he feel like this ain't a circle. That's why he did it. I feel like he feel like it ain't no connection. Even though they are connected for this moment, they not really connected. So in his mind.
That's what I'm trying to explain, Ish. Even if that's how you feel in your mind, if X knows X, I don't know, dude.
Right. And that's absolutely right.
Period. I don't understand when people cross those lines. No, she know her.
No doubt.
I don't care if she friends with her. I don't care if they grew up together. I don't care if she saw her one day out of her fucking life. She know her. It's over. It's over.
Right.
It's over. It's nothing to play with. Stop playing. You're playing wrong. Play right. If you're going to play right. Is all I'm saying. If you're going to play right. And that ain't right. That's all I'm saying. That it ain't right.
It ain't right. I guess the physical attraction took over.
Man, fuck that.
Clouded their judgment.
Fuck that. I've had plenty of physical attractions, and I'll be like, no, that ain't worth it.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And my thing is, too, if this is in fact true, right? And this is in fact the case, and they have crossed those lines, we've seen clips where they said, This is the first ever in the history of the show that infidelity of some sort, whatever the case may be, has happened. Now, could be outside, it could be them two, it could all come out. But why did you have to make the mess? Why did the mess even have to be made? Period. David, no discipline.
Not only no discipline, people don't understand trauma bonds. People don't understand trauma bonds, and they don't know that is a thing, and they don't know trauma bonding can be good, but trauma bonding also could be detrimental. And it's like you're confided in this person because y'all have shared this shared experience of married at first sight. But once you cross the lines, everybody already know each other. That's what I be saying.
Yeah.
Don't cross lines where everybody already know each other.
Right. Because there's no coming back from that.
Right.
And then you look like the yeah.
You ever seen when somebody be like, why you choose that bitch out of all the bitches in the world? you chose that bitch? It's like when Baby Boy fucked Pandora and shit. Like, why you choose that bitch?
Right. Why you choose her? Oh, this is messy.
These is fucking rookies, man. This is rookie shit.
Yes.
This is all rookie shit, man. But this is our Married at First Sight recap, episode 14. Any last words, Miss Lady?
No. Make sure you're tuned in.
All that good stuff. Catch up. Make sure y'all caught up. All the fireworks should definitely be at the tippity top of the next episode. I'm excited to see that full conversation between David and Alan and Madison and Michelle. If Michelle don't sock this bitch, like, I just don't like the fact that it's been like 6 occasions now that Madison be right here in her face. Like, really?
Yeah. She be really trying to contain herself. I think Michelle really tries to contain herself, but she's had ample opportunity to knock that bitch something.
Right.
So I don't know why it hasn't been done yet.
That's a fact. Because I'll applaud Michelle on that, because she was like, I suspect this, but I'm not going to jump out the window until I know for sure. So I'll give her, some kudos for that, because
for sure.
Like, no, I know it's that bitch. Like, no, you don't know it's that bitch. You just assuming that it's that bitch. So she was
all signs are leading.
Right. Right. So I'll give her kudos for doing her due diligence and not just jump out the window and saying it's her right off the bat. And she didn't accuse her until it's time to accuse her.
Yeah, she is handling it good, because you're right. Some people would straight off the gate. Did you fuck out?
Facts.
It wouldn't have been no trying to see for things to develop and all of that. Wouldn't have been none of that. So she's handling it the right way, the more cool, calm, and collected way. Shout out to her.
That's a fact. Shout out to you, Michelle. Who are you, team who? And every couple, who are you, team who?
In every couple, I am. Oddly enough, I've switched sides. Team, we're gonna go from left to right. I'm Team Michelle.
Okay.
Oddly enough, because remember,
that's crazy. You hated Michelle.
Hated Michelle, but I'm starting to just like her and just like her style and the way that she moves, no matter what she's done in the earlier parts. Yeah. Team Michelle. Team Allen. Madison. I would have been Team Madison, but she has gone down.
I'm Team Madison.
You still Team Madison?
Yup. Because I already told y'all who Madison was. Madison ain't never fooled me. I knew who Madison was.
No, I know. And you're right. She's always been consistently the same across the board. I get it. But I just feel like now you're just a little too much, you little Jezebel.
Okay.
Just a little too much. So I can't rock with you. So Team Allen, Team Carla, because I can't deal with Juan's ass. Juancho.
Because he got
Yeah, I
Juancho
can't
got
deal
it.
with Juancho. I am Team Tamil.
Okay.
Team Tamil. Both of them. Tamil.
Team Tamil.
And I'm Team M.
Team M. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Team Michelle. Team Madison. Team Carla. I'm all the ladies. I'm team all the ladies, man. Team Camille and Team M, man.
I don't
I'm
like
all
none of these niggas.
Yeah, I don't like none of these niggas. All these niggas is full of shit, man. All these niggas is full of shit. Sorry, ladies. Y'all got a shit deal. This y'all. They handed y'all a bunch of shit. They handed y'all a bunch of shit. So I'm team all the ladies, man. Y'all let us know in the chat and in the comment section. Who are you and who's your favorite couple, man? It's so crazy how Juan and Carla disappointed us.
Yeah.
they did the biggest flip that we've ever seen.
Okay. They did a fucking belly flop. I am just so appalled at how excited I was for just them.
Right. We thought they was gonna get it rocking.
Yes, every time they pop up on the screen, I'm like, here's this shit again. Like, I just be so over them. What the fuck they talking about now?
Nothing.
Nothing. And it's so crazy. Juan pointed out that they haven't done anything that he likes or that would be geared towards him. It's always everything that Carla wants to do.
But look at
he
it.
Hates it.
He does hate it. He does hate it. And he was like, yeah, all week we've been doing Carla things. All week we've been doing Carla things. But guess what? What's a Juan thing?
Fucking cutting off his fucking beard.
Right. We going on a bike ride. We going on a bike ride.
Right.
That's wild shit. We going on a bike ride. He be so happy ride his fucking bike early in the morning. Carla don't wake up that early. She can't do a bike ride with you.
Or hanging out with his homies. Remember when him and David had their little romance?
Him and David had a romance. Yeah, him and David had a romance.
He likes guys. Sorry.
He likes guys. Damn, why you?
He seems the happiest when he's with the guys.
True. That's true. That's true. He is super happy when he's with the guys.
Well, I gotta tap into his full.
Damn, Wancho.
Damn,
Wancho. You turn out to be damn Wancho. That's fucked up. All right, people. Like I said, this is our Married at First Sight recap, season 18, episode 14. We will see y'all after the next episode. Make sure y'all are caught up and make sure y'all are paying attention because there's a million red flags. There's a million self-reflection moments that you can catch in each episode. And if you're ready to do the work, it's there for you to do. You just have to choose to do it. That's what it is, man. We'll get up out of here. Y'all have a good one. Deuces.